I have a deep enjoyment of food. Maybe you can relate to that, you know? And what I felt like with these diets, this was the initial, the number aside, the initial issue for me was how do I keep loving eating and still have what I want? And more importantly, how do people do this around the world? This is a uniquely Western problem. If you have traveled, you can look and go see that other cultures enjoy food and don't end up in this situation. And this was my first little inkling, my first little like foray into what would become 2 to 3 years of study about. I started reading books about nutrition. I started reading books about food. I started reading books about what it means to be a human being, how are we misunderstanding ourselves and putting ourselves in situations that we can never win. And that transformed my life. I don't know how, if I have even the words to tell you of all the ways that this knowledge benefited me, but the result was that I stopped gaining weight. And the very first thing that happened was I just stopped gaining weight. And that lasted for a year or two. I actually just stayed stable, trying to figure this all out, trying to be gentle with myself, trying to do things that I liked doing. What were those things? And then when I had sort of reached the end of my stability journey, I actually went into losing weight. And within a year, it actually took me maybe closer to a year and a half, I lost 55 pounds. And I did it without ever counting a calorie. I never restricted myself in terms of, I never ignored my hunger. As a matter of fact, I'll say something radical to you now. I think your hunger is a very important part of having a healthy weight. And what we don't do is respect and honor our hunger. Um, but I didn't employ any of the tools of diet culture at all. I went in a completely different way. And where that ended me up at the end of all that, although I think of it as an ongoing journey of self-care, is I had lost the weight in a way that felt incredibly good to me. Every day felt good. I felt good. I felt like I was learning about myself and honoring myself and seeing the world more clearly. And so not only did I end up in a place where the weight had come off, but I liked myself better as a result of having employed these tools. And not because I lost the weight, by the way. Like, I think self regard is actually a very important part of the weight loss journey. You have to learn to love yourself at any weight in order to love yourself to a healthy weight.